So, world famous rapper entertainer Nicki Minaj made an appearance at America Fest where she was interviewed by Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica. And the liberals are furious. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about world famous rapper entertainer Nicki Minaj making a surprise appearance at Turning Point USA's America Fest where she was interviewed by Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk. Now, I am not surprised at this. I've seen this coming for a very long time. She's been giving little winks and head nods and whatnot to the right for many years now. In her music, on her social media, during public appearances, podcasts, you name it, she's been talking about things like this. And she most recently went out there and made a really big splash when she gave a speech about the Christian Nigerians being persecuted by the Muslims in their country. So she's been on this trajectory for a very long time. So it was only a matter of time before she popped out and said, hey, I'm here. I'm going to talk to the conservative people on their platforms openly, not a little head nod or a wink. I'm going to go out there and do it directly. So shout out to her for that. And there were quite a few things said here. Let's get to them. I'm going to link to the full interview in the description box if you want to see it and hear it without my commentary. But what we're going to do right now is get through a few pieces. This one is about, hey, I can uplift little black girls without attacking little girls with blonde hair and blue eyes. Let's watch.
We were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty. If we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women? Amen. Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful. Amen. Why shouldn't she feel that? Why have we gotten to a point where certain colors or certain kinds of people have to be afraid of loving themselves and loving the way they look? Mm-hmm. Like, isn't that wild?
Now, before I continue, I like this format. This is very classy. This is more of an upscale conversation, unlike how they had Meg Thee Stallion. Remember that? Kamala came out with Meg Thee Stallion, twerking, body, yada, yada, all this and that. Nicki ain't doing that on stage. Now, she could do it, but she's not, because that's not how we do things on this side during our events. Okay, now, this is going to be about the industry. Speaking about the rap industry, music industry, Erica is asking Nicki, hey, have you been getting a lot of negative feedback from the music industry? Let's see the response.
I know that you are getting a lot of backlash from your own industry. What is your reaction to that?
I didn't notice.
Amen. I feel the same way.
Hey, that's how I feel too. It's like, look, I don't hear no comments. I'm Stevie Wonder. I don't see nothing. I don't hear nothing. It's whatever. So what? Haters gonna hate.
When people are like, what do you think about them? I'm like, I don't think about them.
Bingo. We don't even think about them.
We don't have time to. We're too busy building, right?
Yeah, we're the cool kids.
Okay.
The other people, they're the ones who are still just disgruntled, but really they're just disgruntled with themselves. They are angry with themselves, you guys. So you can't wake up and think about somebody who is determined to just stay mad. I literally tell them, stay mad.
Amen.
Stay mad. Because we're going to stay joyful,
yep,
and peaceful and iconic and smart. Yes. And we're going to stay thinkers. In a world that doesn't want us to think, we will think by ourselves, on our own.
Right on. And you know what? This kind of reminds me of Rihanna back in the day. Remember that shirt she had? It's a think while it's still legal. Remember that? See, they're kind of on the same page in my humble opinion. And I think once you get to a certain level of fame and money and whatnot, you got to think that way to maintain it. And if you don't think that way, you'll fall off pretty quickly.
You will continue to think.
Exactly. Continue to think. Now, this is going to be about Gavin. I'm sure Nicki Minaj has spent quite a bit of time in California as a celebrity. She might live over in LA or might have a house in LA. Let's hear from her about Gavin Newsom.
You had some fun words for Governor Newsom. I have to read these tweets because they're amazing and they are so funny. Okay, first one. We'll do this one. Unless you want to read it in your own voice. I think it'd be really great. Okay.
Oh, Gavy Poo, it only gets worse from here for you, buddy. It's the end of the road for you, my love. Get on the nearest jet ski and let that beautiful hair blow in the wind. It'll make you happier than this race that you will not win. Enjoy life. Peace.
That's like a bedtime fairy tale right there. I like that.
Okay. One more.
Why not? Imagine being the guy running on wanting to see trans kids. Haha, not even a trans adult would run on that. Normal adults wake up and think they want to see healthy, safe, happy kids. Not Gav. The Gav nots. Gav not in, Gav out. Send in the next guy. I'm bored.
So I'm just going to let you riff. Like, I want you to say whatever you want to say to Mr. Newsom.
Dear Newsom.
There we go, Newsom. Okay.
We don't have a problem cleaning up the scum if we have to. Please tread lightly. That's what I would say to Gavy Poo.
There we go. So shout out to Nicki Minaj talking about Gavin. Now, before I continue, the left are mad. They're upset. They don't want to see Nicki Minaj up there having a good time with Erica Kirk and the Turning Point audience. They don't want to see that. So they're saying, well, she's only doing this because she's not a citizen. If you guys don't know, Nicki Minaj was born in Trinidad and grew up in New York. Same thing, Wilson Earl Sears grew up in New York, but is from Jamaica. Now, Wilson Earl Sears became a citizen when she was like 18, when she went to the military. Nicki Minaj, however, is still not a citizen. Now, I don't know if she got a green card, work visa. I don't know what's going on, but not a citizen. Also, there's the issue with her husband. He had some issues legally, and her brother is locked up right now for assaulting the child. He's doing like 25 to life. So some are saying she's trying to get a pardon for her brother and her husband, and also she's trying to become a citizen. Now, here's what I think about her trying to become a citizen. I don't think she would need to do anything beyond the ordinary to become a citizen because she's rich. And when she got money talk BS walk. You can do whatever you want when you got money, in my humble opinion. And if she was to get deported, where's she going to go?
So
wherever she wants. It wouldn't be straight to Trinidad. She could go to Europe, Africa. She could go anywhere. And I think that it'll be in the United States' best interest to keep someone like that who has so much money and is so culturally relevant. But let's keep going. What's this about right here? This is about, talking about how she appreciates the president. She has a lot of admiration for the president. Okay. Now that comment is going to get the "you want to pardon" folks talking quite a bit. Check it out.
with regard to the current administration, what has been maybe the biggest surprise for you, or something that you just really has been put on your heart that you've learned about our president and our vice president?
Well, I have the utmost respect and admiration for our president. He has, I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys and to win and to do it with your head held high and your integrity intact. He's from Queens, New York, like me. So, but what it's shown me personally is sometimes, you know, even in the worst feeling times in your life, you think that you're never going to come back from it. But you do. And our president shows that. He's been through every single thing a person could be through publicly. Having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny. Until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on, you'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And that's not, and it's just not fair. But this administration is full of people with heart and soul. And they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart, strong, all of that, but both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us. Like, I know that they're not. Don't you guys agree?
And you know what? Observation. She sounds much better than a Kamala Harris. Just listen to her speak, articulate herself. She sounds better than Kamala, who they were trying to become, who they were trying to make her become the president. And Nicki Minaj not running for office. She's just giving her point of view. But she sounds 10 times better than who they had running for office, which is pretty crazy.
They haven't lost touch of the world. You know, they're still connected to the world and what's happening in the world, with the younger people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people. They have the ability to still connect and be real and make us feel proud to be American.
Right on. Very well said. Nicki Minaj, look at you. So shout out Nicki Minaj, again, rapper, entertainer, extraordinaire, world famous, at Turning Point USA's America Fest, speaking to Erica Kirk. Now, as I close, I want to say this. Again, if you want to see the full interview, it's like 30 minutes or so. I'll link to it in the box. You can check it out right there. IG, Facebook, link in bio. Check it out on the website. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about Nicki Minaj's talk at Turning Point USA's America Fest? Did you see the entire thing? Did you just see clips right here? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I was pretty impressed. Nicki Minaj is not a politician. She's an entertainer. But she was able to speak well and articulate valid points better than a lot of politicians. So this is why, in my humble opinion, term limits are necessary. I like how we have just 2-year terms for House reps. So you got to keep running and keep getting reelected, because at a certain point, maybe politics shouldn't be forever. And maybe if someone was put in there because there was not someone else that could do it and they were the best option at the time, they could get out of there when the next guy or girl comes along who could fill that position and do better. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.